Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes, and who am I with as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode motherfucking 150. Wu-Tang forever. Wu-Tang forever. Welcome, motherfuckers. What's going on, Joseph?
What's up, man? I was listening to some Wu-Tang Winter Wars earlier to get ready for that. That's arguably one of my favorite Wu-Tang songs just because it's for the Don't Be a Menace soundtrack. And it's the scene when the grandma rolls up in they see that 6'4" coming down the street and it's all on hydraulics. And they're like, damn, who's that in that 6'4"? And that's what she's bumping. And she's bumping some fucking Wu-Tang Winter Wars. Yes, the shooters were all coming at your door. You start to scream out loud.
The granny.
Wu-Tang's back for more. Yeah, that song goes so fucking
all right,
hard.
Stay up. Yeah.
Tell your daddy to page me. All right then, player. All right, player, stay up.
Yeah.
Peace.
That's a good. I love that movie.
And the opening of that song is the music that plays in the background while she's smoking, and she's like, "Damn, this is some good shit." And there's a version of that song where they sample her saying that in the song. It's pretty great.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw side by side of Tone Loc from Don't Be a Menace to South Central, right next to Cam Newton.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. He must have been going for that look because he was Tone Loc'd out, dude. All he was missing was like a pacifier in his braids.
Yeah, or like the weed, or this Tech 9 with these low tops. With these low tops.
I had pink bunny slippers in high school because of that shit. That movie. I made my mom buy me them at Hot Topic. 1 second, I gotta let the other dog in.
Okay. Everybody loves dogs. But yeah, bro, Wu-Tang forever. I found a better picture for your album art. And it's the picture of, well, it's one of the topics, but it's
for the audience, we're trying to update the logo for the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because the original logo was created by the super producer who started the podcast with me in the beginning, and he was really shy, so when he created the logo, he made it the quadrant of my face 4 times. And like I remember when people were like, "Well, where's Marcus?" Like his name's Marcus, the super producer. He's like, "Where's Marcus's face?" I'm like, "He's the one who fucking made it, dude." Like I didn't even know he was making it. Like everybody thought that like I just like bumped him off of the logo, and then but then Joseph came on, and from day one I was telling Joseph like we got to update it, and then we just never got around to it.
You're all saying mugshots.
Yeah, and then we were able to like update the episode image every time, and then Spotify, like our baby daddy Spotify, who we use to publish or distribute, I should say. Oh, publish, same thing, I guess. They changed up the app, so then like they like just added like where you could add images, and then now you can't through their app. So I got to figure out because like other podcasts are still doing it, so I got to just figure it out. I think there's like a way to go and like maybe on the website and do it instead of the app. I don't know.
Yeah, potentially.
Because they're hitting me up like about like putting video on Spotify, but it's like y'all just took away like my ability to like edit. Like how the fuck am I supposed to put a video up?
Yeah, you got the supercomputer. You can probably figure it out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean, 150 is a milestone.
I just need some. Yeah, I just need some. We both just need some Asian Caltech interns, to do this. I just saw an article where it was now women are outnumbering men at Caltech, and I guess Caltech used to be like historically like overtly male, but now for the first time ever.
Good, mix it up.
I've been calling that shit for 3-4 years.
Mix it up.
Mix it in the buka, baby.
More women everywhere.
Busting up your speaker.
I always love. Well, I don't love. I think it's funny because Jordan Peterson's just like one of the weirdest guys ever, and his like 2-tone suits. And when he talks about like women and jobs, he just sounds kind of like an idiot, and the points he makes are like really dumb. He's like, there's not a lot of women crab fishermen. It's like there's just not a lot of crab fishermen to fucking begin with, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, you have to do the Canadian math. You have to do the Canadian math on that.
Yeah, 0 plus 0 is 100%. 100% of women are not deep sea fishermen. It's a fact. I'm like, fuck you, dude. That guy drives me insane. Sorry, but I was thinking about just more women everywhere.
Jordan Peterson.
I could hear the ghost.
Sway.
I could hear the ghost of Jordan Peterson,
He's
like
still alive.
the ghost of misogynist past, being like, "Hey, I'm spooky. I only eat meat." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude! You look like you're about to die."
That's right, Peterson. We're coming for you, homie.
Go find a snap. Go find a snap salad and get you a bowl of arugula, bitch.
Yeah, take that shit back to Ontario.
I think he's from Toronto. Any updates in the gambling world?
Toronto's in Ontario, is it not?
Maybe.
No, maybe not.
I don't know.
Canada facts. They're like a.
I went down this Reddit rabbit hole about northern Idaho and like eastern Washington and like Oregon and then western Montana. How it's just like, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but just like crazy zone. And then it's like heavy with militias and white supremacist groups. I don't know how real it is, but I just somehow wound up on this rabbit hole, and it's like, hey, I'm like black and I'm moving to northern Idaho. Should I be worried? And people are like, yo, bro, like I live here. Don't fucking move here. Jeez. It's like, because it's just like super, super crazy. Sorry, it's random. But apparently it bleeds over into Canada too. So imagine being like a Canadian militiaman and you're anti
3%er.
Like, you know, I really don't.
Not to be naming any of these guys, but
dude, do you see so many 3%er stickers in Texas on cars? Like all the time. There's somebody who had one on their car because they bought their car like used, like bought it off of like Facebook from some dude and didn't know what it was. They were like, oh, what is that? I was like, you have no idea what that is. It's huge. Like, huge.
God damn.
I was like, that's like a 3%er sticker. They're like, what is that? I was like, Google that shit.
There's a team in my Dallas league, which you know a lot of the guys, but I don't know all of them like personally. And I don't know if they came in the league or they changed their name last year, but to the Not So Proud Boys. And I was like, is this guy like hating on Proud Boys? Is he like, I don't get the play here. Yeah. So that's why I had to change my name to Antifa. Yeah.
That's pretty good though. I went with the glove fits. I just went with the glove fits, and I picked a memorial picture of.
Bro, you're like the Reddits going on like looking at militias and shit, and you're like the glove.
No, it was
like, what's going on?
It was something.
The FBI about to come.
No, if you want to, I was on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter, and there was an article about something crazy happening at a school district, and somebody posted a meme, and it's a picture of that part of the map, and it just circles this portion of the map, and it's like, what the fuck goes on up here? And then there was all these comments where people were like, oh, that shit's wild, or like, oh, that place is crazy, or I visited, and then I was like, huh, so I looked it up. I just looked up like Northern Idaho, just typed in Northern Idaho, and it was like the first thing that popped up was like Reddit post, just like catalogs of just people commenting and telling their stories.
That's where the Minutemen are.
Yeah, I guess all of them. They're easy to. That's probably not good. We're easy to find.
Yeah, I mean, somebody should tell the Proud Boys Pride Month's over. You know.
Never thought about that.
I was making fun of Sticky. He because he was trying to shit on my raps like a couple years ago, and then he had like this picture where he was looking like a little flamboyant with his buddy out in Miami, and so like I just like. I took saved the photo and then I just like fucked with it and like added like the music like I'm coming out and like all this shit. Yeah, Then I sent it to the group text with like Sean D and like PJ and Craig and all them, and but quick draw Sean D goes, he was like, oh hell yeah, a bunch of Proud Boys. Like, and that was the first time I heard somebody make a play on like Pride Month and Proud Boys.
Yeah, that's good.
I was like, that's fucking genius.
It's almost like low-lying fruit, but then
I know I was like mad at myself that I didn't think about it, but it was still so good that I just like it touched me. He's like, bunch of Proud Boys right here.
That's good. Any updates from the gambling world?
No.
Laying low.
I'm trying to think of. Oh no, yeah, I went on Thursday and cashed out 305 in 90 minutes.
Okay, well there you go.
Absolute like
streak continues.
Yeah, I just fucking people. At one point, we started the table, like me and the guy next to me. He's like this older guy, bald guy. He cashed out in like 45 minutes with $400, and I had like 200 at the time, and so we had like $600 between the two of us, and like we didn't even start the table with 900 because like that would have been the max, 9 people, $100, but not everybody bought in 100, so we like basically had all the chips from the beginning. But of course, people buy back in, people leave, other people come in, replenish. But I was like, oh, cashing out 400. I was like, we barely, because I have an app where I keep track, the time, how much I'm tipping, everything like that. So I knew it was like we'd only been there for like 45 minutes. He's like, don't worry. He's like, I got some ladies I'm going to be throwing these at here in a little bit. I was like, what? I was like, and then he left, and then I was like thinking about it more, and I was like, asked the table, I was like, what strip club do you think that guy's going to? Like, and then my nemesis, the Cowboys fan, was at the table with his mullet full on in a display with his Oakley blades, and he's like, dude, he's going to PJ's, and PJ's is actually a bikini bar out here off the side of the freeway in Oxnard. It is so trashy. Like, I went there when I was like underage, like 19, like drunk after like golfing one time with my coworker, and it was like I still have like trauma from it, dude. Like osmosis trauma from the girls like working there. But it was a good throwback to PJ. Shout out PJ. Start paying your boys.
Sure.
We should do a live episode.
We could.
Get the eggs and legs buffet.
I don't know if I'm gonna be eating, but
Yeah, I don't think
do a
anybody
show
is.
from there.
I mean, maybe eating something. Talking about cunnilingus.
Gross. Well, because I'm imagining like the bar from the new movie Roadhouse, but just like grungier and gross. Whatever you're telling me, like a bikini bar that gave you nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
And gives you like cold sweats sometimes,
Yeah.
or if
Like
it's
I was like drunk 19. You think it'd be right up my alley, and I was like,
yeah,
nah.
drunk 19. You're in the zone, like you were there.
You think, yeah.
The irrational confidence was.
Yeah. I mean,
might as well be fucking Bezos in his dick rocket in outer space, dude.
well, the thing with irrational confidence, it's a progressive chronic disease. So it actually, I've got more irrational confidence today than I did 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Okay, but
so
more or less.
it's like
You weren't as risk averse though as you are now.
well, I don't know. But like when I'm sleeping, my irrational confidence is doing push-ups in the parking lot outside. You know what I'm saying?
Just hopefully not at PJ's, because then you're waking up in a cold sweat and a wet bed.
I just can't imagine like frequenting that place. Like,
That'd be an irregular, like, hey Roy,
yeah, that's some shit. Like,
hey, give me my regular.
but like when he brought it up, I was like, I hadn't thought about that place forever, and I'm like, I can't believe it's still open, dude.
Of course it is. They got regulars.
Made it through the pandemic. It's like it is like that grimy as far as Roadhouse, but like it's tiny. It's like not big.
Yeah,
there's like such a sad stage for bikini strippers to go up and dance. Like, okay, it's bad, dude.
Where did I go? Jumbo's. Last time I was in LA, I went to Jumbo's, which is like a not fully nude strip club, which was fucking awesome. Jumbo's was awesome.
Yeah, but this is not even that though. This is like, we're not calling it strip clubs, so we can get away with like not calling it a strip club. And then think about the people that go to work there. You know what I'm saying? Like, strippers have ambition.
They have dreams. They're motivated.
It's like strip schools dropouts. That's what like goes to the bikini bar. You know what I'm saying?
I have to check it out. Shout out PJ's. This episode brought to you by PJ's.
Yeah. I'll have to go. I'll have to stop by and get
one piece. Better make it two.
Yeah.
Two pieces and a biscuit. $2.99 on Thursdays out here at PJ's, guys. Come check it out.
Right, like Spotify wants us to have like random sponsors, but maybe if we like go get like our personal sponsors,
Like find our own.
Yeah, I play this golf game called Golf Clash. It's the only game I play on my phone.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah,
it just got bought by EA Sports in the game, and now there's like I have like sponsorship opportunities and shit. I'm not kidding.
Well, yeah,
there's like a bourbon that wants me to like put up their shit like when I play, and I'm like, I'm not ready for that, dude.
You don't know. Maybe you are. It's big league, dude. You're moving on
No,
up.
I know. Well, I'm not going to start with the bourbon company, being sober and shit.
True. True.
Like, I'm not opposed to making money off of alcohol via sponsorship, but maybe not the first sponsor.
Just too soon.
Well, let me just get a couple sponsors under the belt before I add alcohol into my repertoire.
Yeah, it's like, you guys have been off of crack for 6 months, and this episode of this podcast is brought to you by the manufacturers of the Glass Rose. Glass Rose at gas stations. It might only last 45 minutes, but that's the rose of a lifetime.
The fuck is glass rose?
The little fake glass roses that you buy that people break and turn into crack pipes. You never seen that shit, bro? Like, that's like that gas station loophole. We're like, oh, no, that's... it's like a water pipe. You're like, or tobacco. Yeah.
I got kicked out of a head shop when we were in Texas for calling a meth pipe a glass dick. And right above it, they had a glass dildo for sale. So they literally sold glass dicks, but kicked me out of the store for calling it a glass dick and not an incense burner.
Yeah, that's an incense burner. You're like, sure, with steel wool shoved in it.
Good job by my parents. Like, that 15-year-old Andy was fully aware of what a glass dick is.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's on me.
That's street lingo too. That's like next level street lingo.
Oh yeah.
That's not like, oh, crack pipe. I'm like, how do you know what that is? You're like, check out that glass dick. You're like, right. Whoa, bro. Like, that's
that's a little too much knowledge.
Super specific.
Yeah, you guys want to start rolling bowls? That's another one. In the meth game.
Or if you're like in class, in dare class, and they're like, so what happens? What do most people that use heroin do? And you're like, tie off. They'd be like, whoa, like this is like third grade. They're like, everybody, you need to go to the counselor's office immediately. It's like, sorry,
they brought me into the principal's office and said that I was in charge of selling heroin, and it was like it was Chauncey, your boy Chance.
Yeah.
He's like, we heard you were the one who's getting it, shipping it, and like just like this whole lab. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? It was like they were just trying to throw like spaghetti at the wall or something, and like
Chauncey was tight though. Shout out to him.
He was trying to come at the head of the nasty patrol.
Shout out Chance.
Where their fucking gang sign is literally them opening their dog mouth.
Yeah, well, I mean,
bunch of snitches, bro.
Speaking to the reference of this episode, I think I've told this story before, but I used to doodle Wu-Tang W's like on everything back in the day. Can't draw shit, but I can draw a Wu-Tang W. And
that was because they were like over prescribing you Adderall as like a 9-year-old.
Younger than that, and I was taking like Silert. If you look it up, I was taking some shit before there was Ritalin. I was on Ritalin. I've done literally probably
Quercetin.
5 ants. Oh yeah,
no, not Quercetin.
Yeah, but that wasn't for focusing.
That was different. That was different. That was like, move. That was for traumatizing as well.
Yeah, that was a life.
To go to hell and back.
Yeah, a life experience. But I used to draw Wu-Tang W's on like homework.
Concerta, that's what I was thinking.
Like on like books or pieces of paper homework, because I'd be doodling and class is boring as fuck. Well, I got pulled into the counselor's office. This was, I want to say, freshman year. And I get pulled in by Mario. So we had Mario. And
Officer Mario,
the SRO, he was chill as fuck. He was yoked to the max. In hindsight, Officer Mario was a big fucking dude. He pulls me down into the fucking office. Sit down in his office, which is in a really weird spot. It was like right by the front of the school. You would walk by Mario's office every day. So that's how he was just sitting there looking for kids, being like, is he high? Is he high? Like you could tell. And he pulls me into his office at a class, and he's like, look, I know it's nothing. I know it's not a big deal, but you're teachers, and that's, if this was freshman year, I'm trying to think who my teachers were. No, it might have been 7th grade, actually. 7th or 8th grade, but it was 7th grade because it was Texas history, and I had Chauncey's wife as my teacher. She fucking hated me. And I used to doodle this shit on my homework. I would turn it in. I get pulled into Mario's office. And he's like, look, I know it's not a big deal. I know it's not, but your teachers are really worried that you've joined a gang and that you're a member.
Which you had. Well, not yet, I guess.
That you're in this gang. And I was like, what? And he was like, they think that you're in a gang called the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, hell
because,
yeah.
because you draw it on your homework. And I was like, what? He's like, I know it's music. I know it's like music. It's not a big deal. But just so you know, your teachers like are starting to think you're joining a gang and that you've joined this secret gang at the school called the Wu-Tang Clan. And I was like, tight as fuck. Like, no, I'm not. I wish that would be. I wouldn't be in this motherfucker if I was. But no, unfortunately, I'm not in the Wu-Tang Clan. Just like their music, it's just hip hop. He's like, why? He's like, just stop drawing that on stuff.
While I was drawing the Stussy S.
On stuff you turn in to
because
class.
my last name starts with an S. All right, enough about that. Let's get on to the therapy questions. You wrote them. Start us off.
All right, Mr. Schultz, therapy question number 1. What's an embarrassing situation you were able to avoid? Just name one, like a situation where it might have been the most embarrassing moment of your life, but you were able to avoid it. So now
embarrassing?
Yeah, that you would have been embarrassed.
Bro, I mean, like somebody opened the door while I was taking the shit on an Amtrak. Like, I can't be embarrassed anymore. Like, I don't know. But,
there's got to be something.
Like, okay, well, you go first.
All right. This is another story. 6th grade. So we were homies. I was in Miss Evans' class, and we had PE back then, and back in the day, you would just go to PE, bro. Like, it didn't matter, and you would wear whatever. If you were in Doc Martens, you were hooping in Doc Martens. Like, the street of the street, the gritty of the gritty were in PE. And the button on my fucking Dockers with stain defenders, bro, broke. So I had to go to the nurse's office. They got me like some shoestring because they didn't have a fucking belt. South Lake, and you don't have a fucking belt in your school for a kid. But they're talking about a sag and get out of here. And so I get the hookup. Got that. And I'm in class. Well, school's over, and the whole entire day, bro. This would have been arguably the most embarrassing moment of my entire life. And how I avoided it, I had no idea. So the whole day, my zipper just keeps coming fucking undone because the button's not buttoned. You know what I'm saying? If you ever have a broken button, if you're dudes out there,
I have so many broken buttons.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about though. Like it'll slowly just start to unzip. It'll start to unzip, and you can't stop it. Well, bruh, class is over. School is over. I'm rocking my orange Gap jacket I wore every day in 6th grade. I fucking missed that jacket. And but in hindsight, it smelled like my mom's cigarette smoke. Some people used to think I smoked cigarettes, but that was my mom. And I stand up, no, dead ass. And I stand up, and I'm like walking around, I'm like bye, saying bye to people later. Later LV, later shout out Clemmy, crazy British chick I went to school with. Later Clemmy was cool as fuck.
That's an ex-girlfriend, remember?
Clemmy Rowan, like, bro.
I think she's gonna go for like a week in 5th grade.
I think I mean maybe like I'm always just hoping it's just like suggested person to follow on Instagram because I would be like, bro, like my whole world would change. But walking around saying bye to everybody, bend down to pick up my backpack, my zipper had completely undone. And my dick had fallen out of my pants, bro. I was walking around the classroom for probably a minute with just my dick hanging out. And I had no idea because the zipper had completely come undone. My pants had almost fallen off, but everyone was grabbing bags and moving, and it was so chaotic. And I, like, stop. I'm like, holy shit. Look around. No one noticed. Got on the bus, went home.
That literally just happened to me at work. I was wearing board shorts and the Velcro got stuck to the drawstring, and I looked down and my like entire board shorts are just wide open, and new boy's not wearing underwear. I was like, God damn,
bro. But in like 6th grade, that would be a nightmare. You would be known going into 7th grade.
Okay, but being the only black man at that school, you might have like really.
No, you don't live that down. No.
You might have destroyed a lot of men's futures. Like they're like. They saw this guy's dick when they're in 6th grade.
It's like, that's
the dick that they're measuring up like
the rest of their lives.
And they're like, dude, like I saw 6th grade dick that was bigger than this. Dude. What's going on?
Every time they piss, they're like that motherfucker. But that was arguably in my eyes one of potentially the most embarrassing moments I could have had because then like everybody. that I knew, and it wasn't even like, and like we were all starting to like boy girl dance and like do that, like that shit was starting to really go on then, where everybody collectively as a group. That's bad, bro. Like beginning of like, oh, this is my girlfriend, we hold hands at lunch and we dance and like she kissed me on the cheek, some type shit. Or oh, we're holding hands, everybody get it correct. Your dick falls out in class. That's the end of the world, bro. That's the end of the world. You're starting off
I don't
your
know. Dude.
dating scene.
I think that's an opportunity.
But
you know,
then
it's how you play it.
But then after that, I was like, damn. And I thought about that. I was like, somebody's going to say something to me. So for maybe like 2 days, I was worried. Someone's going to be like, hey, bro, by the way.
So just for the make sure that YouTube and everybody else has the transcript. Joseph's dick was out in a 6th grade classroom
On accident, because the
when he was in 6th grade. When he was in 6th grade,
fell out because my buttons,
not recent.
My pants broke in PE, bruh. And they're just like, and they didn't have a belt. They didn't have shit.
And now he's not allowed within 5 miles of school.
And it was like arguably that could have been the most petrifying moment of my life. It wasn't, but it could have been, and I avoided it, which was great.
Yeah. See, like when I'm thinking of this, like I can't think of embarrassing. It's like I'm just thinking of things I got away with, and so that's not really the question.
Yeah, well, something where you felt like you would have so you never would have been embarrassed.
I don't know. Your boy doesn't really get.
Nah, bro, I don't believe that.
Embarrassed for
I don't believe
what?
that. I don't
Doing
believe
what?
No.
I'm trying to think of the last time I was embarrassed. Seriously.
Maybe you were too young to form memories, and then after that, you're like, he used to be so sweet and like would be shy, and now he's just like a 6-year-old dick. And you're like, what'd you say, bitch?
Ah, man,
you talking shit? Like, I think you heard us. No, just go back to bed, babe. Me and your dad are arguing about bills. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because you don't want to fight with me, bitch. Don't make me come down
that
there.
6-year-old ain't.
Yeah, don't make me come down there. I got that Nerf Ultimator. I'll fuck you up.
Oh, dude, I saw someone had the old school Super Soaker, like the classic.
Yeah.
And I was glad that they're still making that.
Yeah, they definitely.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because they were coming out with crazy ones.
Dude, I had a crazy. I had a 3000 with the backpack, and it was like you could
get a crazy one.
Pump it, and it had the gauge, and you could see, and like it was like do not shoot in people's eyes, and you'd be like, hey, boom, and you just blast.
I'm not kidding. Like when I was young, people who had like a upgraded Super Soaker, I held at like a high esteem for like a while there in my life. Like,
oh yeah,
like because I got like the original Super Soaker, and it like didn't really work that well after a while, whatever. But like I was like in shock when somebody had like a fucking like decked out Super Soaker.
Well, there's a 2000, which was like a big shotgun. And there's
like,
the 3000 had the back. Yeah, the 3000 was the backpack that you could fill the backpack up with water, and it had a hose running to it, and you could just like continually just like slaughter people with it. It was epic.
I saw one like they're advertising to me on Facebook, and it's like it like shoots water bullets and like.
Oh yeah, the Orbeez. Those look and they look like a gun. It's like that's
yeah.
And those have totally gotten like all sorts of people shot because they're like,
oh, I'm sure
he was playing out front with his water gun.
Not me.
Well,
not me.
But,
guys like me.
It's,
people who look like you.
It's a risk for me, you know.
Yeah.
You
guys got to be careful around water, anyways. You know.
It's true. So it's a double-edged sword. Either way, I'm cut. I really want this thing that shoots water and looks like a gun, but a cop might shoot me, or I could drown. What should I do? And your wife would be like, dude, it's just a water gun. You don't get it.
The struggle.
What'd you say, bitch? You talking shit down there? Bring me some milk and cookies.
Nah.
You stay out of it, Dad. Don't make me fuck you up like last week. Okay, son. Okay. Hey, okay. How many V-Bucks? How much V-Bucks do you want, son?
V-Bucks?
Yeah, because we on that Fortnite, son.
I thought he was rocking the Robux.
Yeah, Robux. Either or. Your wife's a whore. Quit talking about your mother like that.
Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, you were a wild kid.
That's true.
Therapy question number 2, since you don't have a story. Therapy question number 2. If you could ask any person alive or dead one question you'd want to know the answer to, what would it be and who would that person be?
Any person alive or dead. The Virgin Mother.
The Virgin Mother, Mary. Okay.
who'd you fuck to get pregnant? Allegedly.
There's a what's it? I can't remember what the joke is, but it's something about Joseph and Mary, and he's trying to explain something that's like impossible. Like, oh, I just put this in there, and then this pie was just made out of nowhere. She's like, that's not possible. He's like, see? Do you see how crazy this is?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's the original cuck.
So that would be it. Yeah, you watching some shit from, I don't know, like Scary Movie 2, some like sex with a ghost going down, and you're just like, She's not really sleeping well. That's it. That's who you talk to and be like, what happened? You have no serious answer. You could ask anybody.
No, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm going straight Maury on the pregnancy that everybody wants to know about. I'm saying, who's the father of the father? Lord Jesus himself. I mean, come on. Who, like, you're telling me Maury, like,
you said that
hundreds of millions of dollars based on that question alone? I'm asking the ultimate question.
You were asked if you slept with God. You said no, and that was a lie.
Oh, that's when I started doing backflips. That's when I started doing backflips.
Dude, there's one where the guy's back. There's one where this guy throws out a wad of money and makes it like throws like $200 in ones like all over the crowd. It's like one of the best moments I've ever seen. I was just like, that's so great. I'm so happy for that, man.
That's where I got all my dance moves, was paternity test results on Maury.
See, if I could go back in time, I would have to be back in time. Obviously, I'd rather ask somebody dead. I'd either want to I'd probably ask like maybe Alexander the Great about aliens. I want to go back as far as I could to where
no shit about aliens. He's too busy having butt sex or whatever.
Yeah, with aliens. But no, I would like, what was it like? What they saw? I would want to go back. I want to go back to what's the name of the homie who built the Tower of Babel, or like go back and speak to the first emperor of like the Sumerians, which would be like farther back than Jesus, dog. That's like recorded history. I'd be like, how did y'all get here? What's up? Because that I want to understand. I want to know about the history that we don't know about. Or you could ask, was it Plato? Plato who wrote about visiting the city of Atlantis? I'd be like, where it at, dude? Point it out on the map. Take me to it, and then I'd just be like rich as fuck. I'd be having all this Atlantean shit, hanging out with Aquaman. You know what I'm saying?
There's a sunken city off the coast of Italy that kind of looks like Atlantis. They have like statues of like Poseidon and shit. It's like
yeah, but that's a little basic.
It sunk because of Pompeii and 79 AD, and then rediscovered in the 1700s. But all the like Julius Caesar would go to that city and kick it, and so did Nero, and then another Roman emperor died there.
Well, yeah, there's only like written descriptions of it. I think like one of the most.
What, Atlantis?
Yeah, the city of Atlantis is in reference to like when Plato wrote about it. I want to say.
I always thought like Atlantis was in the Caribbean because of like the commercials of like whatever resorts out there.
Yeah. Come out.
Like, I guess that's where it's supposed to be, right?
That I'd want information about what we don't know, or be like, how'd y'all build these motherfucking pyramids? Because then I'd be able to like explain it, and then I'd be like on ancient alien stuff, like, which is my ultimate goal.
Well, dude, I just saw like that they just found the same dinosaur footprints. Like one was in South America and one was in Africa, and it was the same dinosaur.
Well, Pangea, dog.
Yeah, I know. So I'm saying like when they're talking about like how do they have these pyramids all the way in Egypt and all the way in Peru? It's like, well, they were like next to each other at one point.
That would mean that
was a long ass time ago.
That would be like that
during the dinosaurs. Yeah.
That's one of those things where if they were like, hey, this is water erosion on like the Sphinx, and this is water erosion on like the Pyramid of Giza, that would completely change the whole entire timeline of like ancient Egypt by like tens of thousands of years. It would completely rewrite what we know as Egyptian history and human history, and if evolution's possible, all like so people.
What do you mean if evolution is possible? If people, what the fuck are we talking about?
If people believe in creationism and they don't believe in evolution, but they find out that humans have been on this planet for like 500,000 years, and we just lost bits of history along the way.
Are you crazy? We've already found out that like creationism is bullshit. Like, how much more information do these people? You're telling me these people would change their mind if given enough information? Because I feel like there's enough out there, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, yes,
For like a 5-year-old to figure it out.
yeah, but I mean, you know, the dinosaurs' bones were all fakes implanted to create the dinosaur.
I mean,
the bone.
you're
wars.
out here straddling the fucking line where you're saying if evolution is possible.
I always try to unlike you.
That's like a,
unlike you, I will at times try to paint with broad
dystopian type language.
broad strokes.
Not
to
like,
not
that's
because
not
maybe
that's too
maybe
much. That's
maybe we
1984
have
shit
maybe
when
we
you're
have a
calling, like,
listener who's into creationism and
you're
they need
calling
to see
like the
more
Defense
evidence.
Department. You're calling like the Department of War, the Department of Peace at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like
No, it would mess.
You're
What
doing
I'm
too
saying
much.
is it would shatter the timeline of doing that. It would take away historical significance of things that people who believe in creationism. It would take away from that. If you're telling me the world's 6,000 years old, and there's evidence that humans have been on this planet for 500,000 years, and it's irrefutable, that would be a game changer for those people, whether they like it or not. Right now, it's like, oh, well, you can't prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt. We would win in civil court. Creationism would lose in civil court, but we couldn't necessarily convict it for being that stupid in criminal court because we don't.
about.
I'm
We
not saying-
have dinosaur bones from hundreds of millions of years ago.
I know, and they would say that they're not real. So based on, I'm just saying.
Okay, well then there's no information that we can give them to change their mind. If dinosaurs aren't real, then what? What do you mean?
Nah,
We're
I
dealing
don't.
with
I'm
idiots.
not. You're trying to ask me to
No,
explain
you're the one who's trying to
stupid
say-
shit.
No, you always just think that there's gonna be like if we discover aliens, like that's gonna destroy religion. And I'm telling you, I don't think it is because there is enough information already to destroy religion, and it's people don't want to hear it. Also, it's like the brainwashing, the on a mass level. It's just come on.
All right. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is,
Evolution exists here on the pod.
I mean, I know it does. I'm just saying, if there is evidence, like what do they say about proving that there's evolution? There's like a step missing for people, and they're like, we can't. There's not necessarily an archetype for this is the piece that connects apes to humans. I'm not saying that evolution is not possible. I'm saying that people who argue that there's not, they point at the science and they say there is a step missing. So if you could prove that step and prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that evolution is possible in humans, that would be a different conversation. But since
those people
to some of them it wouldn't. To some of them it would, because
they're
maybe
incorrigible, bro.
I think that there's some people that would. It would change their mind.
I think those people would have already changed their mind if they were going to.
Nah, man, people are stubborn.
It's like Trump supporters, you know what I'm saying? How much more information do they need?
No, there's not that much information. We don't have like audio recordings of like.
I know, but you know what I'm saying?
It's like, yeah, man, this evolutionary process has been
I'm
pretty
saying, like,
wild, and
if
like
they were
they've
going
been
to turn on
changing a
them,
lot.
they would have. It seems like they would have at this point.
Like, why do
What
I
else does he
have
to fucking
opposable
do?
thumbs, but my older brothers and sisters don't?
Right.
And then all my kids are even.
Well, that's not how that works, anyways.
Well, I know. I'm just being hyperbolic. Therapy question number 3. You are being held in a basement with no windows and a guard. I like how it auto-corrected it. That's incredible. With no windows and a guard. How would you try to escape?
You're being held in a basement with no windows. You start digging, bro.
I think you gotta like try to seduce the guard, bro. I think you gotta be like,
It
"What?"
says.
With no windows, there's a guard.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
So there's a
get
door.
the
You
guard on
got.
your side.
Yeah, you gotta try to seduce the guard. I mean, how I go about doing that, not sure. Maybe
I don't know
he's
about
weird.
seduce, but yeah. Flip. Get him to turn.
Flip him, or you try to make him think.
I was
he
just
can
listening to a
flip me, and
podcast
then-
where this guy was in the CIA, and he's like, my entire job the whole time there was like to get people to turn against their country. He's like, and I loved it.
That's insane.
I know, it is a crazy job. Because I could never imagine turning against my country, and like for that to be your job to get people to do that, that would be nuts.
Where did he work?
For the CIA.
Well, I know, but like I'm saying, locationally, that's.
Oh,
he's got to. He's
no,
like,
you're saying that was literally his job, is
Can't tell
to recruit spies, and
it's
that's
like,
what.
oh, where's your office? Can't tell you.
what is a spy? You know.
Well, I
Unless
think
they're
turn against your country, I think of like some Gitmo shit, or just flip
worse.
and then like turn them against them and be like, yeah, send me all the shit, flash drive.
Like I get somebody turning against Russia, but I couldn't get somebody turning against America.
Yeah. Would
Yep.
you say that Edward Snowden turned against America?
No, not at all.
Or do you think he empowered Americans all over
I don't know if he
America?
empowered us. He just
Well, he gave us, let us know what's
yeah,
up.
yeah.
He's like, hey,
Like,
yo.
yeah.
And then he ran to Russia.
Well, he not necessarily, but Russia said that we'll take you because if any more of you are out there that would like to do this again, here's look at Snowden. He's living his best life out here in Russia.
When I think about whenever Snowden was being held in the airport, there's a video where there's guys like goofing off, pushing each other around on a cart, like in the background. So that's like one of the reporters is live in the airport. He's like, oh, it's really tense here. And then in the background, there's these dudes like pushing each other on like some luggage cart, like being complete and total dicks, like outside the building, like through the window. And they have no idea that there's like this important shit going on, like right on the other side. And it goes on for about 45 seconds. It's absolutely incredible. I need to find it and send it to you because like I remember watching that live and being like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Russia,
like an international fugitive. Like,
Russia looks awesome.
no.
Yeah, and then I came to my senses.
My buddy Ben, one of my fraternity bros, one of my best friends from college, hangs out with my brother now exclusively and not me. He got honeypotted by a Russian and just married her, and he didn't like it when I said he got honeypotted. But he's in Russia right now, dude. Yeah, posting pictures of like some Kremlin shit like on Instagram.
He got honeypotted.
I don't know if he got like he's married to a Russian. I don't know what else you call that.
That's not really honeypotting. I mean,
no, I know. I've never met her.
He's like,
but
yeah,
no,
but he's
like
a
they
dad
got married because she needed, like they expedited the thing because she needed the green, you know what I'm saying, type shit. But she wanted to go back to Russia to visit, and he agreed, and he's there right now. What? How many people need to get like thrown in jail for no fucking reason, like in Russia, like in the last like 2 years, like for you to like maybe rethink that? Like literally, our State Department's like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't go there. He's like, but I have to.
Like we're tired of like releasing like merchants of death to go get your ass out of there.
We need to get this American who's honeypotted. Who would you like to return him? Bring me Vladimir Kovalinsky.
Yeah, exactly.
The baby butcher of Moskov. You're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Shit. And I thought the price was high for Brittany Griner. Just don't be... I met Brittany Griner at the airport.
All of a sudden we're giving
time.
up like 90-year-old like Nazi generals that we've had that nobody even knew about. Like, yep, we got to give these guys up for, this dipshit who went with his, his newlywed wife.
Talk about the angriest old men in the world. Has got to be like some 90-year-old like just Nazi who's hiding out and is just like pissed.
How is he angry, dude? He made it to 90 as a Nazi.
Yeah, but now he's seeing like a black.
Not many Nazis can say that.
He saw Obama that had to piss him off, and now he's seeing Kamala. That's got to make him.
You're
mad.
a 90-year-old Nazi. You're not chilling in the United States. You're down in like Argentina or Venezuela.
You might be.
We sniff your ass out, bro. Over there smelling like bratwurst and shit.
Our neighbor Gunther is always cooking German sausages.
Yeah, dude. Sauerkraut.
Yeah, we invite him over for dinner, and he just starts yelling, 9, 9. It's like, it makes me really uncomfortable.
Insanity, dude.
Yeah. Dude, it is satisfying when they catch those guys, and they just, like, wheel them in. They're like, you thought you could hide, you motherfucker.
Bring them into the fucking Hague. Try him.
You would rather get probably caught in America than, like, anywhere else.
No, you're going to the Hague regardless. If you're a Nazi.
Yeah. Therapy question number 4. They just dropped $99 each, the same price that we've been running. Some people say it's the most ridiculous price. I don't know if that's true or not. A lot of people are just saying it. The new Trump NFT America First cards, $99 a piece. If you buy 15 cards, you get a real card. And it's one of these 5 cards that are coming out are signed. And they each include a piece of the jacket that he wore
when he got shot.
In his debate with
Oh,
Joe Biden. Some people call it the knockout suit. I don't know if that's true or not. Just some people are saying it. The ad is fucking hilarious, and it's
hold on.
real.
Let's back up though, because like, don't you feel like he would not do that debate again if he had to redo it? And so that
No, so
because
he's selling like
that's
look.
what got Biden out of the race, and that's what's gonna end. He's gonna go to jail because he had that debate with Biden.
Well, I know, but he's selling bits of the suit, like bits of a jersey on a playing card.
No, I know he did that before with the suit that he wore.
This is the suit.
At January 6th or at when he got arrested.
This is
I
the
think it was when he got arrested.
This is the jacket I wore when I got my golden showers.
When,
But he's selling. If you buy 99, or sorry, 75, 75 Trump America First cards, Trump cards, you get invited to a private dinner in his resort in Jupiter, Florida. And then he posts pictures of people who went to the last one he did, so it was real. Are you going to buy a Trump NFT card? Do you want to go 50-50 with me on a Trump card?
I mean, like, I find it hard to like listen to Trump talk, but but watching him eat, it would be like way worse. Like, oh my God, can you imagine, dude?
Well, I want to buy 75 plus. That's insane. 75 cards at $100 a card.
I mean, I just want to know: are there any other billionaires that are selling NFT trading cards for seven? How much are they a pop?
$99 a piece.
Who are selling individual NFTs for $99? And any billionaires out there feel the need to like get involved in something like that? Sneakers, Bibles, steaks. I mean, like
vodka.
Like, if you needed any evidence that this guy is not a billionaire, just look at what he's doing. You know, like he's grasping for money.
This might be the cringiest thing we've ever seen a president do.
This is not the first time he's done the NFT card.
Well, yeah, but now he's like actually running. Like he's running. Like he's rerunning for re-election post insurrection. Like he's so far gone.
Post insurrection too.
I know, but it's.
He sold the suit jacket for when he got fucking arrested and mugshotted.
You got it. Just the commercial, man. The commercial is just like painful, and those are some of the direct quotes. The knockout suit. Some people are calling it the knockout suit. I don't know if that's true, but a lot of people are saying it.
Like, haven't like these like poor white people that are brainwashed that support him, haven't they ran out of stimulus check money like to give him? You know, like at what point does he like grift all of his base to where they can't buy like his like shit worthless shit anymore?
See, but like if I was a crypto dude and I hated Trump and I had tons of crypto, I would, and like was like rolling in it because I hit like some AMC shit, I would totally buy.
AMC's not even crypto.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's not. I'm just talking about like riding that
You're talking about the Wall Street bets shit.
Yeah, just any of that goofy shit, right? Just make an exorbitant amount of money for playing a ridiculous game. I would totally buy
to go sit down with them.
Yeah, to go troll the fuck out of them. That'd be epic. The fact that you could make it into the room because you just bought that shit.
That's all you need to know about Trump. Bought and paid for it. Just give him enough money and he'll do whatever the fuck.
And then go in there
to.
And just fuck with them. Yeah, that would be incredibly awesome.
I don't know.
You don't think so? If you could afford it, you wouldn't do it just to go troll his ass.
If I could afford it, I feel like I could afford it.
You wouldn't wear your hoodie
to troll him.
You wouldn't You wouldn't. It wouldn't be great to go eat at Mar-a-Lago and wear your fucking bleach hoodie. That wouldn't be great. If you had like $6 million in fucking Solera, you wouldn't go fucking do. I would fucking go.
Funny that you brought that up because I just got that back. It was missing. No, I had to let somebody borrow it because they were cold, and I just got it back today.
Yeah,
so it's just ironic that you brought that up.
Like, that would be pretty epic if I could afford it.
It would be epic, but I'm just saying if I have that kind of, if I've got go fuck yourself money, as we call it here on the pod, then I would find a different way to troll his ass. It's like I don't need to like buy his NFTs, give him the money to go show up at his stupid Mar-a-Lago. Like I don't want to go to fucking Florida.
It would be great if that was your plan.
Maybe Miami, but that's
you do that, and then like everybody who's buying enough to go, ends up going to prison. It doesn't happen. You just like bought a bunch of shitty, and you have to buy 15 digital NFTs. 15 digital NFTs to get a real card.
I'll buy 75 of them. If Trump can explain to me what an NFT is. if he just even knows what it stands for.
All right, if you ever want to get out of the $1,000 you owe me, to
I was
this day,
just telling somebody
go.
how I still owe you $1,000 and because of the peach pit shit,
Yeah.
and I was like, and it's recorded, so it's like hard to get
Oh,
out
that's
of
the
it.
thing. Yeah, and I bring it up all the time just to continue, and you were always like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
But
the iron
goes,
is like, he's like, he's like, oh, what, the 1,000. I was like, well, I had it at the time.
yeah, um, yeah, spend $1,000 on some Trump digital NFTs.
Well, isn't that like 75 or $7,400 or whatever?
Oh no, I'm just saying, just go buy $1,000 of the Trump NFTs, and we'll split them 50-50.
Well, I'm saying if we're gonna get the seat, don't we have to drop?
Well,
Like,
no, I know.
74?
I mean, maybe I just went then.
$7,400 to go sit down with him is nothing.
That's what
This
I'm
guy's
saying.
so broke.
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
It's
Like
insanity.
Like, could I afford to go do that today? Yes, I totally could. Do I want to? No, that's a bad investment.
It would like cost the Secret Service like probably more setting up like the security to like for like background checks on all the people who have to come and shit. Like, what if what is happening?
But they might be like, nobody wants going to spend this. Nobody's going to buy that many digital NFTs
because he did this before.
No, I know to go fuck
because he was
with
like
them.
at court for the 34 felony conviction. It was like while that trial was going on, and like remember they had Wednesdays off.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to go to like Barron's graduation. That same day, he had dinner at Mar-a-Lago with a bunch of people who bought his NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He posted pictures.
Yeah.
They were epic.
Well, I mean, at least he, you know, it's like the Saudis paying Jared Kushner. It's like Putin getting his, butcher out of jail. It's like he followed through and had dinner with those people who bought his worthless piece of shit NFTs to prove to the next round that they should buy him as well, so that he would have dinner. I mean,
Before we go to break, we have somebody who asked how they can talk on the pod. Reach out.
they're talking on the pod right now.
No, I know. They just typed in on the chat. They're saying like, hey, like maybe want to be a guest. I'm like, hey, just reach out to us. Shoot one of us like an email.
Talkshitmedia@gmail.com. That's talkshitmedia@gmail.com.
I'm assuming we're taking a break though. You gotta take your shit break.
Topics are coming. That's right, and we will begin. I was thinking about this because a lot of podcasts and like do this and shit, and this is like the part in the interruption thing. It's like where you tell people like what you're going to be talking about, you know?
Yeah.
So, before the break, coming up after the break, we have Martin Shkreli, the what was his nickname? Like
Crypto
Farmer Bro.
Farmer Bro.
Farmer Bro Martin Shkreli a judge is making him like give up the rest of all of his copies of the Wu-Tang album that he bought, the only one. I don't know if you've heard about it. Interesting story coming up. Also, Prozac churning fish, or affecting fish. And my phone's not opening right now. What's the next order? Oh, here we go. Wingstop going gangbusters, and
Fucking with the chicken.
and we close it out with RFK Jr. beheading a whale. Not kidding.
Dude,
We'll be right back.
Recording
I
stopped.
can't believe that motherfucker beheaded. I mean, that's crazy. How do you behead a whale, bro? And then just like leave that shit.
Recording in progress.
And we're back. Oh, Joseph's still in the video. He told me to hit record. I think it sounds okay when it says recording in progress in the video. Okay.
Your recording's in progress. So,
yeah,
somebody had to say it. Truth's out there. Deal with it.
Okay, y'all. So now we're on to the topics. This is from The Guardian by Gabrielle Cannon. Martin Shkreli ordered to turn over all copies of unreleased Wu-Tang Clan album. Judge also bars ex-pharmaceutical executive, aka Pharma Bro, from streaming any more of Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. So-called Pharma Bro Martin Shkreli has been ordered by a federal judge to turn over all copies of the ultra-rare, unreleased 2015 Wu-Tang album Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, and is barred from streaming any additional content from the record. The Wu-Tang Clan spent 6 years creating Once Upon a Time in Shaolin before putting a single copy on a 31-track double album up for auction in 2015 on the condition that it not be released publicly. The multi-platinum hip-hop group wanted it viewed as a piece of contemporary art. Shkreli, a former pharmaceutical executive who rose to infamy after he tried to astronomically raise the price of a life-saving drug, purchased the album for $2 million in 2015. That is kind of weird. They only went for $2 million, but I guess it was like such a weird concept that, you know.
Yeah, I'm paying $2 million for an album I'm not allowed to play publicly.
It's like, yeah, but it's art. Yeah, it's like, I bet if it wasn't Shkreli who bought it, it could be resold for more, you know.
Oh, yeah, but do you listen to it?
Nobody can. Oh, if I have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm throwing exclusive Wu-Tang Once Upon a Time in Shaolin parties, you know.
No, but you can't. You can't play it publicly.
No, you can play it. Well, that's not publicly. That's a party. I put cell phones in bags.
No.
It's not supposed to be released publicly. You're allowed to play it for other people if you own it, bro. How are they gonna stop you? What's the point of buying it?
It's the Wu-Tang, dude. How are they gonna stop you?
So
how won't they roll up in a Land Cruiser?
He was forced to forfeit in the aftermath. He purchased the album for $2 million in 2015, but was forced to forfeit it in the aftermath of his 2021 securities fraud conviction for lying to investors and cheating them out of millions of dollars. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
They went to prison.
The album was bought by Clears DAO, a cryptocurrency collective, for $4.75 million. Yeah, see, it already more than doubled in value. In June, Pleaser DAO sued Shkreli and accused him of retaining and disseminating digital copies in violation of their deal. Judge Pamela K. Chen in Brooklyn wrote that Shkreli must produce all copies of what is sometimes referred to as the world's rarest album, and report the names of anyone he distributed the music to by the 30th of September, along with any revenues he received from it. That's crazy. That he was selling it on the bootleg. What if what?
The power of the Wu, dude. Wu
Right.
says it. What Wu says no, he got to go, dude. It's like Papa John, a click of the mouse, Papa's in the house, dude. You play that album.
Oh, click of the mouse, Papa's in the house.
They used to say that. That's whenever you launched papajohn.com, the first worldwide pizza website.
Yeah, I mean that asshole literally was the original kind of troll in this era. You know, he was like George Santos. He
There's a little Santos in there. There's a little
he
Santos.
bought a life-saving medication, and then it was it used to be let's say $40, and then he made it $40,000 or something.
Oh, I think he raised it to $2,500 or something.
I thought it was I think it was way more than that.
Or yeah, I mean it was
astronomical.
Yeah,
to the point where it didn't even make sense to me. I'm like, how are you gonna get anybody to buy it? To where
and he was like,
that
they need
number
it.
makes sense. I know, but it's if you don't have the money, they don't have the fucking money. It's you have to hit a price to where they can still afford it. Even,
He's trying to do some Elysium shit with there's a ring. It's you can only get this if you can afford it. He's starting a class war, dude. Let's go. He's trying to push us to the future. AI.
I know, and then out of all people,
AI made him do it, dude. That's what we don't know is AI made him do it, dude.
Nah, man, he's pre-AI.
That's what they want you to believe, man. They
Oh,
already got
that's
you.
true.
The
Yeah, that's
veil's
right.
over your eyes, dude. Take off the rose-colored glasses. Because how else did he get the album? Well, you tell me. You know, how else is he going to, man?
I mean, this is a pro Wu-Tang podcast.
Oh, me too.
The origin of this podcast was started with a group text during the pandemic, and that group text was created to have a fantasy music festival draft where we would all pick one by one people in our music festival, and my first overall pick was the Wu-Tang Clan. So they are the music sponsor of Talk
Imagine
Sugar Get Off the Plane.
imagine being that guy who got it distributed to, and you're like, man, I hope I was cool enough that he doesn't say my fucking name. Because like, imagine if that's already spread out and already been like distributed by people he sold it to. If he has digital copies, he could send
Right.
it to anyone. Then they can send it to anybody. They could sell it. That's like
If
a
only they were NFTs and on the blockchain.
dude. This is like how the eighth seal's broken and the Armageddon comes, dude. We're witnessing the breaking of the seals. Wu Tang is gonna bring the hammer down.
That's right.
An important Stephen Cooper or Copper, an eternity for Pleasure Dao, called the ruling an important victory in a statement, adding the company was pleased that the judge recognized the immediate relief that immediate relief was necessary to thwart the continuing bad acts of Mr. Scarelli. He's like redone a circuit too since he's been out. There's a video whenever SBF, before he got arrested, before he got convicted, before he was in custody, where he was doing a podcast. This is whenever he was like trying to talk to people and be like, I didn't know that this was going on.
Right.
And there's
Do everything his lawyers told him not to do.
he's on a Zoom call with Skrelly, and Skrelly's like, bro, you're going to prison, dude. Like trolling the fuck out of him and telling him how much he's gonna fucking hate it. And it was a moment I actually was like, I kind of like this guy, because he was trolling the fuck out of SBF before, and then like 3 days later he got arrested, and he backed out of the Zoom call. They're all in this like podcast thing for
Yeah,
some,
I think I remember that actually.
and it was Pharma Bro who was like, bro, you're going to fucking prison, dude. There's not shit you can do about it. They're so coming for you. You're an idiot. And he's like, no, and he just
He
stopped
could have,
sucking.
he could have pled guilty and would have got 2 years. And instead, he got 20 because he refused and testified.
Yeah, he's like, but I gave everybody money, not just Democrats, Republicans too. I gave everybody money.
And that's why this didn't happen to you sooner, bud.
Yeah. A lawyer for Scarelli said in an email that the judge's order maintained the perceived status quo of the lawsuit's progression and has no bearing whatsoever on the final outcome of the case. He also noted that the judge did not make a finding that Pleasure Dow was likely to succeed on the merits, or that the allegations were true. He had a 7-year sentence for fraud. He bragged publicly online that he still had a copy of the album, which he then streamed parts of for some of his social media followers, according to the complaint filed. And it wasn't the first time.
What a fucking idiot, man.
There's online footage of him playing the record to celebrate Donald Trump's victory in 2016 presidential election.
See, that's the thing. It's like all these guys think like that, like SBF, Shkreli, like they think like because Donald Trump like thumbs his nose at like the like law that they can just start doing that too, and then it's like, nah, dude, like this is still America, bro. Like Santos thumb his nose. Guess what happened last week? He pled guilty. Shkreli, you went to jail. SBF went to jail. Like, it's like the rules still fucking applied as much as Trump, like, seemingly gets away with shit. Like, we'll see how long that lasts.
But I mean, like,
but he's unique. He's unique, and this is like the rules still apply here in this
Trump suffers from the same bullshit that like somebody who robs banks suffers from, like in the sense where he's like addicted to like ripping people off and making as much money as possible. Like he can't help himself. So like if you're getting charged and convicted of felonies for the first time and you've got 34 of them, that's crazy. That's so many that it's like did you like obviously you had this coming. Because if you had 34 and this is the first go around, there's got to be like 500 that we don't know about.
No, man, there's literally over 90 so far. And
I know.
And more just came today.
And there's got to be more that we have no idea exists, and he won't be charged with.
We already know that.
Yeah, exactly. That. So like, what is that number? Because this is what we know about it, what you're being actively charged with now. That's crazy.
It's like when they talk to people who get like DUIs. It's like, okay, well, how many times did you drive after drinking before you got the DUI. You know, it's not, nobody ever gets a DUI the first time they drive like drunk, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you do, sucks for you. But you know, like that's the point. It's like, you know, if you're a felonious fraud like Trump, like, and you get charged with 94 felonies, chances are you've committed more.
Yes. Most definitely. Most definitely. Um, and this is kind of lame. I mean, Wu's awesome. To be like keeping an album and like leaking it to fans and stuff, that's corny. That's like he's just trying to stay socially relevant.
But it's like the one thing that you can't do in this transaction that he involved himself in. You know, it was
Yeah.
like this is like the one rule. This is like a unique fucking deal, and you have one thing that you can't do, and you're just doing it because, you know, you're lucky that they're not back in like Staten Island or whatever the fuck. Like just like, you know, like the jizza is over there, bro, and old dirty bastard just doesn't care, man. You're fucked.
The ghost of ODB's like
Yeah.
hovering around you. That would be a terrifying ghost to have following you around if he didn't like you. If you were cool with him, I mean, it'd be awkward. I mean, I feel like when people talk about Kodak Black, I'm like, he's like a poor man's ODB because ODB was just fucking awesome, and Kodak Black's kind of obnoxious with it, and I think it's, you know, it's kind of dumb. ODB was just like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just fucking wild as shit.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just how he
But
behaved.
if he was just like following you all the time, that's a good movie idea. Like something happens and somebody's got like ODB following them, like on some Obi-Wan Kenobi shit, and like that's the voice in your head, like Brooklyn Zoo. You're just like, oh. Just thinking. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know if there's enough
It depends. You throw Kevin Hart in it. Kevin Hart.
enough ODB that could like carry a movie like that.
I mean, he would just be more in his natural element. But even if you watched him like do interviews, he was still fucking hilarious.
Right.
Without trying to be.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why he was just off the cuff, old dirty bastard hanging around.
No, I know.
But sign me up.
Okay, so next article, I put this in here for a number of reasons, but this is from also The Guardian, which is a UK paper. This one's from Petra Stock. Prozac in waterways. Sorry, I was making sure I was saying the actual author, not like the person who took the photo. Okay, Petra Stock, yeah. Prozac in waterways is changing how fish behave, research finds. Australian study of guppies shows that pharmaceutical pollution could threaten species' long-term survival. Contamination of waterways with the antidepressant Prozac is disrupting fish bodies and behaviors in ways that could threaten their long-term survival, new research has found. As global consumption of pharmaceuticals has increased, residues have entered rivers and streams via wastewater, raising concerns about the effects on ecosystems and wildlife. Research published in the Journal of Animal Ecology found low concentrations of fluoxetine and an antidepressant commonly known as Prozac reduced the body condition and sperm vitality of male guppies over multiple generations.
Bro, this article that's attached to it on the side, and it says meth addicted fish, agro starlings, caffeinated minnows, animals radically changed by human drugs. Study. It's like that meth addicted fish, aggro.
I mean, we have Cocaine Bear, you know.
I'm freaked out, dude. I want to go in the pond. Fuck him.
Okay, so real talk, your boy, when I quit drinking, part of the protocol, I was given like a very low dose of antidepressants. Throughout my journey of being sober for the last like 17 and a half months, I have noticed that, you know, maybe my sexual libido is might be affected, but you know, I got sober and took antidepressants at the same time. So anyways, talked to my, remember we talked about this?
Yeah, you talked about it.
Yeah. So anyways, so I'm off the antidepressants, and it's insane how quickly like that it was made obvious that was the case. That, you know, it's like,
yeah, I'm sure
it's completely flipped over for me. So the Prozac in the water is making the fish not want to fuck as much, and so therefore long term it's killing their species because they're not procreating as much. I get it. Your boy Alex Jones said the water was turning the frogs gay.
That's what I was about to yell.
We made fun of him, but here we go. We got drugs in the water, you know, making fish act differently. You know what I'm saying?
Researchers caught 3,600 wild guppies, an invasive species in Australia, and randomly assigned them to be in tanks filled with gravel and aquatic plants. Over 5 years, they dosed the tanks with different concentrations of fluoxetine low 3.15 nanograms a liter, and high 316 nanograms per liter, consistent with levels found in the natural environment. Researchers then studied the behaviors on the male fish, bodies, reproductive traits over multiple generations. They said the low exposure reduced the body condition of the males and the population as a whole, which is really important not only for mating but for also for fighting with other males and their overall survival. Also, yeah, reduce the sperm velocity and increase the length of gonopodium, a fin-like organ used to fertilize the female.
So it shrinks your dick, slows down your sperm, and destroys your population.
No. It slowed your sperm down, but it made your dick bigger.
Oh, really?
So these guppies out there just going wild, and they ain't having no kids.
Oh. Well, that's
what it sounds like.
That's not the case over here.
So the exposure to the drug also reduced variation in activity, risk-taking behavior, which could affect guppies' ability to respond to changes in the wild.
So they're taking less risk.
So they're just not fucking as much. They're not.
Yeah.
They're in the.
They're in that like blah. It's like you're not getting too high, you're not getting too low.
You're telling me this is an aggressive, invasive species that like won't fuck off. Like you've been trying to get rid of, and you're like, why can't we get rid of all these fucking guppies? And now it sounds like you've came up with a way to get rid of guppies, make them chill out, make them not fuck as much. The dicks are bigger. Everybody's just like vibing.
This is what Elon is talking about, man. Is that
less risk averse? I don't know.
Our population collapse because we're not having kids because of antidepressants. Ask RFK Jr., dude.
I mean, I'm just like, yeah. They found 18 that the EPA research said that they found 18 common pharmaceuticals in 4 Victorian rivers and creeks, including upstream and downstream of wastewater treatment plants. Sampling detected common antidepressants, blood pressure, heart, and epilepsy medication, caffeine, and antibiotics. It's a whole cocktail that we're dealing with. Bro, that sounds like that's wild.
It's not that wild. I mean, it's what humans are consuming and then pissing.
No, I know. That's just like, imagine, like, what are you about to take a sip of? This heart medication. It just sounds bad when you read all that out. It sounds like that's a wild trip.
Yeah.
It's a wild ride right there.
So maybe Alex Jones, first and last time we'll say this, maybe he had a point. I don't know about turning anybody gay, but affecting the water might be affecting the animals.
She said people should not flush pharmaceuticals down the toilet. Instead, they should return unwanted and expired medications to a pharmacy. Ain't nobody doing that, bro. You get arrested, walk in there and be like, hey, I want to give these pills back. They'd be like, lock the doors.
I mean, well, I guess you can't anymore, but usually you would just go give them to Matthew Perry.
What's
the dude used to go into open houses and go raid their medicine cabinets, like in the bathroom, like at an open house, to try to find like pills. He said that, so I'm just smart idea. But
it's wild that they arrested so many people and connection to like him.
Friend of the pod, the Quant, my best friend from first grade, was interviewed by ABC because he lives across the street from the urgent care that the doctor was at, and he went there. And they like knocked on his door, and he was working from home. They're like, hey, have you ever been to this urgent care? He's like, yeah. And then he was like on TV, and he was like, it's so funny. He's just like, oh, they seem really professional. Yeah, great people. He was like getting like the doctor's back. I was like, bro, why don't you just give me the ketamine queen number? I didn't know you had the ketamine queen number the whole time.
He had a really clean office, very professional, and I've never seen a doctor's office with such a premium selection of dum-dum suckers. I mean, it was just peach, blue, raspberry. There wasn't a single fucking root beer one in the bunch. It was incredible.
Some mystery ones, though.
Crisis down here. No, I mean, that's just wild how quickly they arrested like his assistant, or his old assistant, and all these people. But there'll be like people dying of fentanyl ODs like all the fucking time, and ain't nobody doing shit about it. But
that's not true though. My previous general manager at a restaurant I worked at, he died of a fentanyl overdose, and they arrested like 28 fucking people out here. Like broke up an entire drug ring.
Because of his?
because of his overdose. Yeah,
Damn,
I
that's
don't know. Yeah, like if it was like because that happened, they wanted to figure out, or like that they figured out something and then that caused them to figure out more, and just
boy. That was
snowballed.
like, or like they
But he
witnessed
was
him.
like he would be like homie. Like I used to like coke with him like in the manager's like office like during work hours. But like he was like always friendly with like the cops. It's like it was like a bar like that would get kind of out of hand like late at night and the
Yeah,
cops would come. So he might have had like good relationships with the police, and maybe they took it an extra mile and ended up like. But yeah, like I remember like I was like read about him dying. Like I'm like holy fuck. Like it was like on like two of the girls I worked with posted on Facebook, but then I read in the newspaper how they broke up this entire fucking ring out in Simi Valley, Reagan country.
there was a girl I knew in Austin who worked at this place in Austin on South Congress called Jovito's. And Jovito's was like this shitty, dingy Tex-Mex place. It had a stage. They would have bands. It would get pretty busy. But the whole restaurant was like a heroin front, dude. And they ended up arresting everybody that like worked there. The owner, the chef. There was like murders attached to it, where they did like hits on people and hits on like old employees. It was the wildest shit ever. And then it got shut the fuck down. But I actually like ate there a couple times and like saw some of these people. And one day on the news, it was like drug ring broken up. And my friend, she was like, "Oh shit! Like a lot. Well, lost my job." Because she went into work and
Because
it's like this like
I was gonna bring this up earlier, but like there's like a bar that was right next to my parents' house out here before they moved to this house, but same city. And I was gonna bring this up earlier because apparently when I was living in San Diego, it switched owners. It used to be Axl Rose's manager's bar, but she sold it, and apparently it became a bikini bar, but it was just a front for a cocaine dealers. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Somebody told me." I'm like, "I was gone for that whole bikini bar." It's like this. Literally, I could throw a rock and hit my parents' house. I was like, "Man, dude!" Like I used to hang out at that bar all the time. That seemed like a good era. And there was like still like cut lines in the bathroom on the counter from like when they were like there. But apparently, yeah, they got busted as well. Restaurant's good front for dealing drugs apparently, or maybe not.
I mean, I don't know. That just seems like a bad idea, and especially now you're
Well, it's a way to launder money, you know.
no for sure. But I mean, you're at some point gonna bump into
Bump.
there's fentanyl and everything, man. It's like
Well, yeah. Well, nowadays, yeah.
it's like scary to do anything.
I know. You need strips and somebody you can trust. Strips, test strips. I mean,
That's crazy. I need test strips. Like,
I know. At first, like somebody tried to give me a test strip when I was in Santa Monica living out there, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I trust you." And then I was like, "Maybe I shouldn't." Like, just because it's not like they know. Well, I mean, he was vouching for it, but you know what I'm saying.
wild.
Okay. Next article, Wingstop. I would assume a favorite of Joseph's. Uh, this is a article from Fortune by Cheryl Estrada. Wingstop bucks fast food slump with a 5-year share price up 300%. An NFL season on the way, baby. Even as the likes of McDonald's and Starbucks wrestle with slumping sales, business is booming at one fast food chain. The Dallas-based chicken wing outfit Wingstop, which has been in business for 3 decades, is positioned to endure any macro backdrop, according to Wedbush securities analyst. Meanwhile, the company is primed for another boost as NFL season prime wing eating time kicks off next month. Wingstop Inc., which trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker WING. It's weird that it trades on the Nasdaq. I thought that was like a tech exchange. Remains uniquely positioned within the industry to deliver transaction growth out of outperformance over the near, medium, and long term. Analyst Nick Sutton said, and Michael Symington wrote in an August 1st note to investors. Wedbush maintained an outperform rating and a 12-month price target of $425 a share. Wing has increased in the past month alone 10%, reaching about 406 by Tuesday afternoon. We're recording this Tuesday evening. That's crazy. I mean, Wingstop is like has been like kind of I've noticed like blowing up out here in California, but that was the kind of like it wasn't like that like popular when we were growing up in Texas, but it was like the known spot.
Yeah, it was like Troy Aikman was always like Wingstop, Wingstop.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, Troy, chill
Like
the
the
fuck
lemon
out.
pepper shit, like
Yeah.
I feel like started there.
All flats, let's go.
Yeah, but then there was Chicken Express, so not to get it confused, which is like,
Yeah, but those
they,
are two
which
totally different
two
things.
totally different things. But Chicken Express doesn't exist in California, but and it's like something I wish that was out here because it's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Wingstop. I mean, if you told me that Wingstop, like that wasn't surprising to me when I read that article, but like that they were up because it seems like that they've kind of been booming and they've been like, doing new shit. Like, they got like a chicken sandwich and like they adding like sides and stuff and like how you can order it. Like during the pandemic, I feel like they did a lot of shifting, but up 300%. Like that's Nvidia type shit.
Yeah, but I mean, how much, are they're increasing their prices? That's the whole thing is everybody is raising their prices. It's
Not
crazy.
anymore. Not anymore. McDonald's is already decreasing prices because they have to.
Yeah, people are
Uh,
getting called the fuck out. People are like,
right,
oh
right.
shit. Like,
Well, they're also losing money.
yeah, like Popeyes. Fucking
Business, I should say.
the other day I got Popeyes. Wasn't even like I got anything crazy, and it was fucking damn near 30 some odd dollars. I was like, for two meals and some and drinks, that's it. Just like a combo with the side, you motherfucker charging me like damn near $30 at fucking Popeyes, bro. And I asked for two extra biscuits, and you forgot them. I'm twice as mad. 4 years ago, when I was paying goddamn $8, I mean, it's not has nothing to do with Joe Biden or anybody. Like it's Popeyes raising their prices, and
No,
no,
I agree. And I was like so hungry last night. It was like 11:30, and I was like, uh, I got on Uber Eats, and there was Domino's free pizza if you spend $23. So I spent $23, and I ended up spending $44, like total, because of like the fees, the tip.
yeah, they're like, oh, you
Uh,
took advantage of that deal. The only deal is when it's like a party and it's like people are already getting food from these places. If you're cool with waiting an hour to get it and you don't want to pay a delivery charge, order it in the next like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, okay, fuck yeah, like that's whatever I'm gonna use it. Other than that, it's never worth it.
well, I was hungry, but it was worth it because it was like pizza, pasta, and wings. So it was like shit that I could eat. I didn't have to eat it all right then.
Yeah, but I mean, $43.
I know, I know.
Yeah, you just
So I was
said
like, I was already pot committed by the time I found out how much it was gonna be. I was like, I
that.
gotta just make the move before this place
Yeah, I've
closes.
already designed this pizza. I got to in custom mode. I got my own sauce. The wings
Yeah.
are half and
And then I told
half.
him, to put it at the door, and he still just rings the doorbell like at midnight.
Thanks,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah.
I know. Dog starts barking. My roommate's like, "What the fuck?"
The one of my favorite things to do in ordering pizza, especially from a place where it's like type in instructions, I always put like draw a weird picture inside the box, and you'd be surprised at what the people that work at a pizza place will draw inside the box, bro. I'm dead
What?
ass. Just next time you order a
I
pizza,
don't want to give anybody any sort of permission structure to mess with my pizza inside the
no, they
box.
just draw inside the box. Draw something on the lid, so when you open it
It's
up,
a slippery slope, bro.
nah, dude, it's worth it. It's worth it to do it at least once, because you're like, what the fuck? You get some wild shit.
That reminds me, like my roommate in Santa Monica, his signature, like when he would use like his debit card or credit card, was just a smiley face. And the first time I saw that, I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Ugh." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't matter." Like what it is, right? You get to choose.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, I can only take you so serious if that's what you're doing.
But I was like, because something like never even crossed my mind. I'm like, yeah, I guess, yeah. Like, who the fuck's gonna tell you that that's not allowed? Who's the signature police?
Normally, it's like your dad being like, "What the fuck are
Exactly,
you
exactly.
doing?" Like back in
Yeah,
the day when I had Wu Tang musical quotes as my voicemail on my phone and sat there and recorded it. My dad was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?
same with my dad.
You ever
I
gonna
had
get a
a.
job doing shit like that?"
It's exactly I had a female do my voicemail,
I remember
not
that.
in any way weird at all. Like literally would say what I would say, just had like a hot girl say it. And my dad told me I had to change it because it wasn't professional. Then like one of the last things he told me before like he had the stroke, he like I had an email or like a text from him or voicemail, I forget which one, uh, where he's like scolding me because to change my email address because it's not like gonna be helpful. It's my last name underscore my first name at Yahoo. It's like, isn't that exactly what you want? Like, that's like a work email. They give you like, they're, but he was like giving me shit about it. I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Dads are weird. Okay, final story. Uh, you know, just to update, RFK Jr. Dropped out of the race and endorsed Trump, and then Trump has added Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. to the transition staff, which is like the I don't know if people know this, but we Congress has a fund. They allocate money to the presidential nominees of each party. So once it gets down to the final two, um, they fund the transition. So both campaigns can start working on who they're going to put into government. 'Cause it's like a lot of people, and you don't want to just like have to wait until you find out that you won to get started because it's not enough time. So both, it's kind of like when you two teams go to the like World Series, they print out both shirts of like champions because they don't have time to print them out like to find out, and then whoever doesn't win, they send those out to Africa or whatever. So same thing here. So RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard are going to be in Donald Trump's business or in his government if he wins. Just so you guys know.
And what, he took his name took himself off of ballots that are swing states, and then left his name on ballots where Trump doesn't really stand as much of a chance to pull away Democrats. So he's like trying to be strategic and where.
Well, he's like trying to get off the swing states.
Like Arizona, I think he took himself off the ticket.
But it's not like he's being strategic and leaving himself on. I think he just doesn't want to like have to go through like the legal process of doing it. So
but there's some states where he's staying on the ballot.
I know, but I'm saying that's not out of strategy. I think. I think that's because he doesn't want to pay the money to go through the legal process to get it off. But he's gonna do it. For the ones that matter.
That worm in his head could be like a mastermind, dude.
Ew. What if the worm was just Rodman? Because that was.
Yeah, it's just Dennis Rodman.
He's out there just rebounding.
He's like comes cells. Out like, I came out. I'm friends with Kim Jong Un.
And I ate RFK Jr.'s fucking brain, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Vanity Fair by Bess Levin. RFK Jr. whale beheading story gives RFK Jr. bear murder story a run for its money. Was it a bear murder? It was like somebody accidentally hit the bear.
Yeah, but that's almost like, I don't know. Whenever you say, we found a bear dead on the side of the road.
No, they said they saw somebody like hit it with like ATV.
But they could have hit it. I mean, they might have killed it on purpose and then they left. Because whenever you lose...
Okay, but that was not what the story was.
I know.
It was crazy enough by itself.
You lose credibility whenever you're telling me, I couldn't take it with me, so we left it in Central Park as a joke and thought it was hilarious.
Okay, but you lose credibility with me when you say that a bear murder story when there was no murder of the bear. It was more of
It could be. It's allegedly, it's an accident.
The desecration of a bear corpse.
You hear this story and you're like, he might have killed that bear.
Okay, he might have, but that wasn't... Okay, whatever. Moving on. We're 1 week away from learning Kennedy shot a donkey and wore its skin for breakfast, right? I actually thought that. Okay, so that's not real. The donkey part. If you keep up with politics and the 2024 presidential race in particular, you've probably found yourself regularly asking, what the hell is wrong with this guy? And usually in reference to Donald Trump. But not infrequently, one could also ask that same question about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., like when the brain-eating worm story came out, or when a photo of him gleefully posing with an animal carcass was published, or when his response to an allegation of sexual assault made by his kid's former babysitter involved the words, "I'm not a church boy." That's how he said he didn't assault the babysitter sexually. Jesus Christ. This guy's got hits. Or when he told the New York Times he used to live with an emu that regularly attacked his wife. Where have these been for the pod, man? This guy's gold, bro. God damn, an emu who attacked his wife? Or when he tried to get ahead of an unflattering New Yorker article by telling Roseanne Barr on film about the time he planned to eat a dead bear cub but had a flight to catch and so staged an elaborate murder scene in Central Park instead. Maybe that's the murder scene. I didn't know it was a murder scene. Given all of the aforementioned, you might have thought that there was nothing else Kennedy could do to elicit the, what the actual fuck from people. But surprise, he still got it. Thanks to a recently unearthed Town and Country profile of Kennedy's eldest daughter, Kick Kennedy, K-I-C-K Kennedy, that was published in 2012, we now know this. Kick's taste for the extreme was fed by her dad's eccentric environmentalism. Exhibit A, when she was 6, word got out that a dead whale had washed up on Squaw Island in Hyannis Port. Bobby, who likes to study animal skulls and skeletons, not like a serial killer. Bobby, who likes to study animal skulls and skeletons, ran down to the beach with a chainsaw, cut off the whale's head, and then bungee corded it to the roof of the family minivan for the 5-hour haul back to Mount Kisco, New York. Every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the planet, Kick recalls. We've all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out. Could you imagine if rolling up on RFK Jr. with a beheaded whale carcass on strapped to his thing, and his whole family's got plastic bags over their fucking heads? Holy shit.
Why are the windows down?
Because the juice is coming down, bro. No, they're not down. It's just seeping in. I thought you were saying, why aren't they down?
Oh, I said, why? It sounds like they are down.
No. Pour into the windows of the car. Okay. We all had plastic bags over our head with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger, but that was just normal day-to-day stuff for us. Emphasis ours became as we... So for us. Emphasis ours because, as we said, what the actual fuck? Honestly, it's hard to identify the weirdest detail of this deeply weird story. Was it the part about Kennedy beheading a whale via a chainsaw? The whale juice pouring into the car? His kids wearing plastic bags over their heads to avoid said whale juice? How, by his daughter's own admission, this was normal day-to-day stuff for us, reinforcing the idea that it truly would not be surprising in the slightest if another Kennedy revealed that Bobby used to play football on the beaches of Hyannisport using animal skulls. Incidentally, and unrelated to her father's wildly creepy interactions with carcasses, Kit Kennedy suggested in the same Town and Country interview that in her parents' eyes, by far the worst thing she could ever do in life was become a Republican. Fast forward 12 years, though, and her father has endorsed perhaps the worst Republican of all time for president, makes you think. The Kennedy campaign did not respond to Kennedy's for request for comment.
And I didn't know he was married to Cheryl Hines.
Yeah, I know, isn't that crazy? Cheryl Hines, for the audience, is the wife, or was the wife and then ex-wife of Larry David in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, I mean, that's just so disappointing. Yeah, I mean, this is such a weird story, but they're all weird stories with this guy, man.
Yeah, dude. He's something wrong with this motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, he had a brain-eating worm. But also, it's like, I mean, who confirmed that he had that?
He did. He's the one who said it.
Or does that, maybe he's making shit up.
No. And then they talked to the doctor. No, it wasn't his doctor. I had heard, like, from a doctor. But anyways, no. Like, somebody was saying that couldn't happen, this doctor that I was listening to. But then I heard later on that it could. However, he was the one who said that. That was a quote from him. The bear cub shit, his son posted the video. No, his son posted the video of him having a conversation with Trump about dropping out.
Yeah.
Which literally would be the biggest scandal ever in any other. Like, if Biden was making deals, like, or, behind the scene, with the other candidate to, like, rig the election, like, that's, like, scandal beyond scandal if, like, pre-Trump times.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, it's none of this shit is, like, conspiracy. It's like they're the ones talking about it. Like the Bear Cub one, he was on, like, the recording, like, talking about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're just wild. They're gonna make a movie about this guy.
What is Kick Kennedy? K-I-C-K? Like, what?
That's stupid.
Is that, like, short for, like, an
And I love, like
name?
where they're talking about, like, just sounds like the richest, whitest place you could ever be. Like, it doesn't even sound real.
Bro, it's the Kennedys. Like, isn't that the pinnacle of rich and white?
No, I know. It's just like, it just doesn't even
though
sound...
they're Irish Catholic, not considered white here in America for a long time.
It does. Oh yeah. Gotta bring that.
No, it's true.
Oh, I know, but they're in the mix now.
That's true. Yes. We got that complexion for the protection.
Yeah, but you can tell us, like, we were like...
That's what happens. So
we were like...
Hey, you're in the mix. You got Obama. Now you guys are in the mix.
No, we're not in the white mix.
Well, kind of. I mean, you guys are mixed.
Nah, dog. You're part of the white queso. That's all.
Obama's just as much white as he is black, bro. Yeah, I said it.
You can't say that.
I know. Nobody ever mentions that part.
Because that's, like, terrible. They only mention it about other
people.
That's
terrible?
Yeah, you can't say that he's not.
I'm not saying he's not black. I'm saying he's just as much white as he is black, and that's just a fact.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe even more because he was raised by his white mom and his white grandma.
But he's,
who's scared of black people.
Did politics in Chirac, dude. That's
no, I know.
Come on, dude.
I'm not out here.
Home
like,
of Chief
all
Keef
of a sudden
Sosa.
he became a black person.
Yeah, black person. She was Indian the whole time, and then all of a sudden she became a black person, and now she's black. Oh my God, if anybody in your day-to-day life said that about a black person, you knew. Yeah, Andy brought his friend over who happened to be a black person. He'd be like, yeah, so what? Like, he'd be like, what? Like, that's something I wouldn't have to say anything. Like, one of my random white friends
Only time somebody would ever say that would be like if they like secretly thought I was racist, like behind my back. And they're like, and it was actually a black person.
Andy
has.
has.
Oh, we had it wrong.
Andy brought a friend. He's a black person. No, it just. We thought you were racist the whole time.
Or if I'm bringing you into like a racist situation, I have to announce to everybody that you're a black person so that they don't like lose their shit immediately.
Yeah,
I don't know what scenario that would be.
Heads up, guys, and I owe this guy $1,000. Otherwise, I feel like he thinks I'm avoiding him. Otherwise, I wouldn't have him over. But
what do you owe me? It's on some reparation shit. I don't know.
My friend Joseph. Oh, he sounds pretty white. Okay, that's pretty good. And they hear me on the phone. It's like, he's on his way. He's a black.
Me on myself.
He's a black person. So heads up. What?
All of a sudden he was.
In my house, all of a sudden he showed up, and it's a black person. No, dude, you can't. You can never make that not sound weird saying it like that.
Apparently you could.
Because saying black person,
46% of the public to vote for you.
Saying black person is like an old boomer trying to, because he's afraid to say like Negro or something,
colored.
And like or colored because he knows he can't say that, but he really wants to say the N word and he can't. So like that's what he says. He just gets like so generic. He's like, what? It's like playing Guess Who, and you're like, is your guy a black person? And then it'd be like, no. And they're like, click, 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 click. Like they all come down. Now they've made it more multicultural, but there was like 2 brothers in that game. So if it came down and you didn't say that yet, you're like, one of these 2 guys is black.
Dude, I played a lot of Guess Who. I don't remember ever.
There's one I think there's a ginger.
Like eliminating people through race. I don't remember that ever happening.
Because they were all white, except for there was one homie holding it down. That's what I'm saying.
You don't think I would have found that arbitrage and exploited it?
It's probably you just didn't know because it was never him. He always was first. He's always the first question. Is he black? No. Click. There he is. That son of a bitch. All right. Now we're playing. Now we're in the game. Okay. Now it's going down.
That was just like a little warm up.
Yeah. Woo. It's always good to get that easy one in, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Get that DEI credit.
Yeah. Get that DEI out of here. I don't play.
You check the box.
Well, now you can't play because new Guess Who is all DEI. So everybody that's not white on Guess Who is a DEI hire.
That's what's wrong with it. I swear to God. Swear to God.
They ruined Guess Who.
Bring Guess Who back.
Mousetrap.
Guess Who great again.
Mousetrap. They made the green old man that jumps into the pool at the end. They made him. He's black now. Those sons of bitches.
A black person.
Yeah, he's a black person. That just sounds. You just can't. It's like you're trying to not be racist, so you sound more racist.
Are you kidding me? I don't think he's ever tried not to be racist.
It's like implying someone's a bitch. Like, I don't want to say it, but
yeah,
she's not that nice, and she's not a nice woman. You're like, so she's a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, like if you just take all of the context completely out, and I mean all of it, like Trump going into the lion's den and just like going ham. Like it was the conference of black journalists. He's literally one of the only white dudes like in the area, and he's just like immediately just like
he showed up to the cookout and was just like
with a Ku Klux Klan hood on.
No, he showed up to just playing like his own music, and they're like, "What are you listening to?" And they're like, "Hank Williams." You're like, "Oh shit, dude, that's."
And he had a book. Yeah. And it was Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, he's reading. Yeah, he's reading. I blacked out all the words except for 487 of them. Oh,
And guess what? They all got 2 G's and an R, baby.
took me
And,
6
and, and
years.
just like my micro penis, that R is hard.
I stopped whenever they released O.J. Simpson from jail. You're like, oh damn, dude, 9 years. Yeah, there's a lot of words that aren't words that I like in that book. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. Showing up to the cookout in just a Confederate T-shirt and being like, "What's up, man?" Like going
Like
out of
I'm
your
showing
way.
up like the lady at the dog park who helped wear with some water today. It's like she was wearing an American Lives Matter shirt.
Oh,
I
that's
see
great.
that. I'm like, oh my god. And then she's like, oh, do you need water to my dog? I'm like, yeah. See, we can all get along. You just stop wearing stupid shirts
Is
like
there
that.
antidepressant in it? Because my dog be fucking, and I needed him to like chill out.
No, there was a dog there
Was it out there fucking?
this chick was out there and this dog was following my dog Wera, and she was like, Bear, leave her alone. And I was like, oh, I was like, that's your dog. And then that her dog would not leave my dog alone, but uh, my dog likes other dogs, and I think she thought my dog was trying to poop, and that dog wasn't letting her, but that wasn't the case. So, anyways, they just keep walking together, her and my dog, and I'm like, oh, your dog's a good listener, and I forget why. And she's like, oh, he's just like, I was like, how old is he? She's like 6 months. I was like, oh, crazy. She's like, yeah, he just won't stop humping like everything, and then and I was like, oh, he's 6 months. He's trying to get his fucking in before you take his balls, And
Oh God,
yeah.
real talk. Well, what deep, wise words of advice do you have for a test? Because that's 150.
Yeah. Got the internet set up at the class side. I was gonna do this pod from there, but I realized I didn't set up like a spot to do it at,
Yeah.
And so I was gonna be doing it like we have like vaulted ceilings, so like if I was gonna do it, it's gonna be like in the living area where the vaulted ceilings. So I wasn't sure about the audio quality, but next week we'll be coming live from the splash pad. If I don't talk to PJs and we go live from PJs
That'd be tight.
during the eggs and leg buffet, baby.
Let's
Maybe
go.
First week we'll do a back to back. We'll do a talk shit and then angry black quarterback. First week of the NFL, PJs.
Tomahawks and booty drops out here at PJ's, baby. Let's
Wings
go.
and weird things on your penis, baby. Woo.
Grits and tits.
Hey.
What else you got?
I was gonna try to rhyme some more shit like with but no, we're good. Meditate, bitches.
All right, y'all be good. Like, follow, comment, subscribe. We appreciate y'all tuning in, checking us out. We will be back next week. We are 2 away from 3 years worth. On a week is 52 weeks in a year, so pretty soon it'll be 3 years worth of podcast.
What do you mean? Episodes, you mean?
Yeah, wait, no, we're more than that. Because wait, it's 50. Oh, we got a little bit.
56.
Yeah, we're a little bit away. Dang. Okay, I just saw the 52 and was like, hey.
So, time-wise, over 3 years. Podcast-wise, if we're going weekly.
We're like 2 years and
coming up on 3 years.
Yeah, in like 2 years and like 50 or 49
We're
months.
in December, baby. We're in December.
Woo.
We're mid-November.
Yeah, we're mid-November, yeah.
Thanksgiving time, baby.
So we're in like
holiday season.
47. We're at like, yeah.
Gobble, gobble. Cranberry sauce.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey, hogs, balls. You name it. That's one of my favorite memes. That's how I'm always happy whenever it's pumpkin spice latte season because I love seeing that lady throw down.
Yeah, dude. And if you're a white teen who's pregnant and you're not naming your kid pumpkin spice latte, you're wasting everybody's time.
Meditate, bitches. Y'all be good.
God.
Be good.
God.
Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. And as always, go fuck yourselves.
Shut up.
Recording stopped.